everybody. Welcome to the SyFy Sistas live show on a Tuesday night. I'm Sister Tamia, joined here tonight by my sisters, Sabrina Wood,
Whoop whoop.
Yvette Blackman-Tom,
Hello.
and Fran T.
What's happening?
What's happening is that it's our last live show of the season.
Thank you, Jesus.
It's the last one of the season, so we're gonna have fun tonight. We got great people here to celebrate with us, but before we get to any of that, I want to let you guys know, as always, that Ore Silversmiths proudly serves as the official sponsor of the live show for beautifully crafted jewelry, including the SyFy Sistas collection. Ding 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 ding.
Sweet.
Explore Ore Silversmiths for beautifully crafted handcrafted jewelry, including the SyFy Sistas collection, by clicking on the link provided in the show description. One of these days, I'm actually going to memorize that whole thing and have it down like for real. You would think I do this all the time. So anyway,
you got next season to get it right.
Next season. Let me tell you, there's so many things to look forward to in the next season. But right now, we're going to talk about a little bit of a year in review. But we have some wonderful people to join us this evening. So first, we want to bring out our podcast papas. You all know them well. You love them. Hopefully, you love them as much as we do. I love them a little bit. It's Bill Smith and Dan Davison, the Trek Geeks, y'all.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
What's up, sisters?
Everything's fine. Everything.
It is great to be here. It's good to see you all.
So good to see you all.
We love I'm loving the ugly sweaters. The Trek Geeks ugly sweaters, which I must have one of.
I think they're rather cute.
I think they're cute.
Dan's is a little bit uglier because he's in it.
Wow. So here we go.
I was gonna go I was gonna go down the right road, but
Jeez.
When I'm with my four darling lady friends here, I gotta be nice. Yeah, Bill, you're ugly too. It's good to see you here, ladies.
There we go. Now we got the Trek Geeks in the house. So guys, how's your season been? You guys we've had a few things. You've taken a little bit of a break, right? But we know we got some good stuff coming up, right?
Yeah, we've had some fits and starts this year. Last year, I think we only did like 7 or 8 episodes for the whole year because it was a rough year for us, personally. And Dan, I don't want to speak for you, but you had kind of a rough summer. So we started off really hot, and then we kind of had an unplanned hiatus for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. The beginning of the year, like you said, we planned on doing, getting back to the old, fifth gear all the time, doing stuff every week or every other week at least. But then I had a layoff in the summer, and then 3 months of just pure hell, and that workforce out there is just brutal. But finally landed something. I'm feeling awesome. I'm ready to go. So yeah, we got some great stuff planned for the rest of the year, and then of course for 2025, it's going to be no holds barred. I'm going to get wrestling match. Bill and I are going to have like Jello wrestling, and everything's going to be awesome.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Not at all.
No, we're not.
Oh my God, people are going to be waiting for that one.
I know, you heard it here first, folks. We always bring you the scoop.
We need Jello scoops.
Right? I'm down for the Jello red. Okay,
that's really more than I think everybody needed to know.
See, now everybody's thinking about it, and everybody might want it. So
I'll do it for charity. I'll do it for the Hollywood Food Coalition. And
there you go. There you go. That's good.
Build that into Trek Talks next year.
Whoa!
People be giving us money to keep our clothes on.
All of us.
Yes, exactly. Yep, absolutely.
I got on the cruise ship last year, and I was like, I'm going. And I was like, no, I think I'll just keep the shirt on. Like, I just felt like, when you start getting, to a certain age, which some of you guys know, it's just not the same. Yeah, nothing is the same as it used to be. You're looking at that body.
Where is this going?
People paying us to keep the clothes on.
Oh,
nobody wants to see this much pale white skin unclothed because I'm going to look like the abominable snowman.
Oh gosh.
in July.
In July.
Guys, I know that there's like super. Okay, first of all, let's talk about how much you love us, because that's our favorite topic. We love us.
Absolutely.
Too. I know you love us. Right. Okay. Thanks.
We adore you.
Go ahead, expound.
You know, Dan says this. Dan has said this a lot of times. I've said it a lot of times. The single best decision we ever made as Trek Geeks was bringing SyFy Sistas into the family.
Yes.
Because not only did it elevate, the discourse and the level of content for podcasting, but it made us level up. I mean, it made us better podcasters. It made us better humans. It made us better allies. And ultimately, I think it made us tighter family. I don't think of you all as friends. I think of you all as my legit sisters.
Oh yeah.
And I love you so much, and that words just don't really do it justice.
Yep. And I 100% concur. Absolutely, hands down, without hesitation, best decision that we ever made. We discussed it for about a quarter of a second. I mean, it was just like that. Best decision we ever made. And like Bill said, you guys are our family, you're our sisters. And I think that was most evident in Vegas this past summer. Being able to be together in Vegas, and that moment that we all were together after the panel on Sunday was just something I'll never forget. It was absolutely awesome. It was just so great. So, yeah.
That certainly felt good to me too.
And we continue to learn from you. You guys have brought it to the next level with your topics and your guests and everything that you've done. And with this show here, and that, it's because of this that we're talking about what we're going to be doing starting in January. And we're just absolutely thrilled about it. And we have you to thank for it.
We call you guys our podcast papas because it's the truth. Like I remember, and I've told this story, and I'm glad to tell it to anybody, that before the SyFy Sisters was even a thing, I contacted Bill and Dan. They didn't know me from Boo, right? And I had just been listening to Trek Geeks and loving what they were doing, and I was like, well, let me just reach out to them and see if they'll share some pearls of wisdom with me, because I was thinking about doing a completely different podcast at that time. And they were awesome. You guys were so awesome. I literally spent an entire afternoon texting back and forth with you guys. You guys gave me so much time, so much good advice, so much love. So I knew that when you approached us about being part of your Black History Month show, you guys, if you don't know, the Trek Geeks let Black podcasters take over their show for the entirety of Black History Month, which I thought was a really cool idea, because they have such a large platform, and they shared that with people and gave people exposure and gave people an opportunity. And so when you guys came to approach us for that, it was like a no-brainer for me. And then when you guys asked us to be on the network, I was like, yep. It's my podcast papa's all right.
I was not so up for the challenge.
I wasn't gonna say a word.
Yeah, we know.
I was not feeling it, but it turned out to be okay. I'm okay with it now.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm okay with it now.
Just okay though. Right.
She always goes into everything kicking and screaming. We know this now.
Always.
And you didn't really know us. We didn't know each other that well at the time. So it's not like we knew each other well enough that you could immediately trust one another's judgment on something. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, but she was kind of a tool.
Oh. But they rose. I would say I was just skeptical. I just wanted to make sure that this thing that we were trying to develop was in good hands, because I think I had just come in, really. I maybe a year in, and I was like, "This is
a year?
Maybe not," and I was like, "This is not what I signed up for." But every question I had, they answered. and it worked out. It just became one of the best decisions we made, I think.
Definitely.
So, I'm always skeptical. Don't take it personally.
No, not at all. And key for us was, you all knowing that it was a true partnership, and we didn't want to own anything that you were doing. You put sweat equity into it. You put your hard work and your love and your passion into it, and we can't lay ownership on that. I mean, that would just be wrong. But we figured that the least we can do is elevate and get you out there and get you more of an audience and I hate this word because everybody uses it in business, but create a synergy. I hate that word. And little did Dan and I know that you would just explode, and it's so awesome. It's like watching fireworks, it just pops so brightly, and it just adds, just like that, Fran, just like that.
Special effects, Fran.
I know, it's amazing.
That'll be your new nickname. Special effects gal.
Yeah.
So thank you for trusting us. You had no reason to, other than Tamia's word, and we're grateful every day that you did.
So
Synergy.
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 Yeah.
That's the word of the day. Hashtag synergy. But in all seriousness, Bill's absolutely right. I mean, the way, the trajectory that you guys have taken with what you've done and the messages that you put out there, and the raw emotion that you guys put into every single thing you do is something that is, I wish we could duplicate that to some extent, because you guys are just so passionate about everything that you do. Bill and I yuck it up every week, and your face and this, that, and the other thing, and we love what we do and we're passionate about it. But watching what you guys have done has really been something that is quite incredible, and I hope you all are as proud of yourselves as we are of you.
I think, well, it's so funny you said that, because I actually just put a top 10 video. I've been looking at a lot of stuff from this last, and I'm like, wow, we did a lot. And hopefully when we take this break, we can kind of look at what we did, and because I really want to feel that right now. I need this break to come so that we can kind of reset and figure out what to do next. But I think I really do. I am proud of it. I just want to enjoy the being proud of it. So
yes, absolutely.
But yeah, it's been crazy. It's been but you guys
been a ride.
It has been a ride. It has been a ride. And I mean, you guys are part of that ride. And I know when we started the YouTube channel, there was a lot of people saying, are you leaving Trek Talk? Trek Talks. That's why we need a break, because
she's forgotten the name already, Dan.
She doesn't really
help me, Spock.
So Trek Geeks, I said no, that'll never happen. The podcast is first. The podcast is the flagship of everything we do. So just want to put that out there. That's never a thing. Don't ever think that's ever going to end. The podcast comes first before anything. YouTube fails, the podcast is always there. So I just want to say that again, because we get a lot of that, because we started our own channel. It's just another thing that we do, but the podcast is the flagship of what the SyFy Sistas are about.
Well, and people ask us too. It's like, well, are the sisters leaving? Like, no. Why would they?
No.
Nope.
Well, they're doing this thing over here. So, yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I love it. You should check it out.
Yeah.
You're not afraid they're going to go somewhere? No. Why? No, they could. They could start their own cable network. I'll watch it.
Don't give it that any ideas, please.
Synergy channel
already there.
SyFySynergy.com. Well, Dan went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. He could do all
I did. Absolutely.
Your intros and outros for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
It's a great idea.
That's right. But yeah, it's the it's seeing how you all have grown in the last, couple of years that really have inspired Dan and us. So, I mean, we're coming up on our 10-year anniversary in January.
Yes, I really want to talk about what you guys have planned.
Yeah.
Tell us, please.
Okay.
Do you want me to take it, Dan, or do you want to
go ahead? You got. I'm resting my Connecticut School of Broadcasting voice.
Yeah, you should. Let's get him some honey and lemon, please. Well, starting after Trek Talks, because we're going to get through that first, or crawl through it first. We are starting our own weekly live stream on Thursday nights. And yeah, we wanted to do something a little different and mix it up, but we still wanted to keep the essence of what Trek Geeks is. So Thursday night, January 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're launching Thursday Night Geeks, and we're kind of patterning the energy and the graphics, kind of like the old Monday Night Football graphics of the 90s. We want to sort of channel that energy. We want to sort of channel that kind of conversation, except in live stream form. So, but mainly because we want this to be an event. So many people have started doing live streams in the past 5 years since COVID, and there's so much great content out there. I mean, this show among them. But for everybody else outside of y'all, it's we're going to show folks how to do it right. And that's a bold claim, but we went into podcasting the same way, and we're not trying to dethrone anybody, but it's all about creating appointment watching, and that's what we're hoping to do.
That's what's up.
That's it. That's what it's all about.
And the show could be about Star Trek, largely it will be, but if Dan and I want to talk about food one episode, or some other, he wants to talk about Grimm, which is one of his favorite TV shows, or if we want to go off the rails and entertain a political discussion, that's what we're going to do. So it'll be different from Trek Geeks, but still Trek Geeks in its core.
Right.
Love
absolutely.
That.
And I'm really looking forward. Again, it's based on what you ladies are doing here. We had a conversation with Yvette about it, and of course Bill always says, "Hey, I've got an idea," and I'm like, "Oh God, here we go again." But every time he's come up with one of these things, it's been fantastic. So just to remind everybody, it's Thursday, January 30th, 2025. It's Thursday Night Geeks, 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. Before we have to be in bed.
Exactly. Yes. Because at 9 o'clock, we're shutting it down.
Just saying, some people are in bed by a certain time.
Jamal's 100% right, by the way. They have raised the bar for everybody. And so we know we have to do something different and special, but not to compete with you all, but to compliment you all.
Yeah. I think it's so just know that they're coming on Thursday. So the run of feel good, blurty, nerdy fun is the live show on Tuesday. The Wednesday shows, which are Two Moons and a Microphone, Soul of the Story, and CinnCine Goes Sci-Fi, and then Thursday Night Geeks. So just plan your week accordingly. I don't know what else you've been doing, but this is the way it's working from now on in 2025. So
that's it. We're going to own midweek collectively.
Yeah.
You all will be on the Sistas, YouTube channel, and we'll be on the Trek Geeks YouTube channel, and see if we can get some cross synergy. In fact, Dan, I'm going to call an audible right now.
Oh boy, see what I'm talking about?
We're talking about Monday Night Football.
What an idea.
Our first episode is going to be a 10-year celebration of Trek Geeks. Our second episode, we would like to invite the Sistas to come on, and we want to talk about not just podcasting, but specifically being people of color creating a podcast and content, and what that journey has been like for you. So episode 2, Thursday Night Geeks. That'll be the first episode in February, which I did not plan. I just came up with this right now. SyFy Sistas, what do you say?
Ooh,
why not?
Yeah.
I mean, unless something better comes along, sure.
I get it.
So that would be February 6th, actually.
Okay.
Thursday,
6th.
February 6th. Yep.
February 6th.
I love that idea.
Perfect.
Bill, another audible
Yeah.
touchdown right there. There you go. Nicely done.
There you go.
That's it. That's awesome. Awesome. I love that. And just know that we will probably be letting you know. We'll try to keep it where on Wednesday night Wednesday night show will let you know what's coming next on Thursday, and then when Bill and Dan come, they will let you know what's coming on the live show, or if there's going to be a live show, because our live shows are some Tuesdays, mostly Tuesday, But yeah, so that's how it'll run. So that when we talk about that it's a family, that's what we mean. Mm-hmm. This is the way we're going to be doing things for 2025 and beyond, hopefully. And hopefully we'll do more stuff together. I would love to see more of. I am so glad that you guys are doing video. I've said this many times to the two of you. It's about time. And
blame Dan.
100%. Because I'm like, I'll tell you why. I was like, why would anybody just want to watch two guys sitting at their desk talking into a microphone? But it's like everybody loves that now. Yep. Even people that look like us, Bill and I, ugly white guys. They whatever.
I'm all for it. Cutie pies. Cutie pies.
That's it.
And I don't blow smoke up nobody's asses. So.
Oh, I know. I know.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
100%.
100%.
Got a smoke blowing face on too.
I am right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dead.
See, just like that, Jamal. It's those reactions.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for that. I think that's going to be so cool. I'm really excited, I mean, I just think, like, who would have thunk it, right? For any of us, and you guys, especially 10 years ago, when Bill said, hey, Dan, I've got an idea. You want to do a podcast? And Dan said, what's a podcast? And,
we did.
True
I did.
Story.
Yep. I said, no.
10 years ago,
what's a podcast? Yep.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Yep. Oh, good. Bill's frozen in time forever. That's
you can say whatever you want,
needed.
Dan.
What's that?
I said you can say.
I'm back now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Act nice. He's back.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yay! Bill's back.
I missed it, but that's okay. I hope I froze on the screen doing something dumb, like looking like Dan.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So anyone listening who has not listened to Trek Geeks, this is what it's like.
Yeah.
All episode long. Yeah.
Which is why I fell in love with them. And I'm like, oh, Tamia, what's wrong with you? Like, this is the Star Trek podcast that you choose. I'm like, yeah.
We've been keeping a list on what's wrong. I'm adding to it right now.
We'll be talking about the set on that episode was just really ugly. Yeah, so's your face. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I felt like I was 12 again. I love it.
It's awesome. I actually warn people if I'm talking to people. I met a couple people in Disney, and when I'm out and about and they see my hat or something, I will always tell people who have never listened. I will say, when you listen for the first time, you will swear that Bill and I hate each other, and that is nothing could be further from the truth.
Right.
Well, we just have that's the way we are. I love you, you big jerk. That's just kind of the way it is. Yeah. So. But he is a big jerk.
I'm going to keep this clean because normally what I would say to you, Dan, it really isn't fit for the airwaves. Just know that I love you too.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And I'm glad I live in North Carolina.
Yes.
Wow. I don't think I've ever heard that come out of your mouth.
Never everything.
That was disturbing. Okay.
It was
I know it felt unnatural.
Yes.
I feel dirty. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like I do too. Just listening to it.
I'd like to. I want to take that one back.
Oh,
can't. Nope. It's out there forever.
It's done.
I just grabbed it and I put it in my pocket. So
boy,
Jamal, it's a shout out to the Carol Burnett show.
Yep. The best show ever.
It's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
All right.
Thank you all for having us.
Ladies, great to see you all.
Before you guys go, real quick, I'm just going to bring in some other people that you guys are familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
We have Derek Tyler Attico and Tanya Scott Thomas, hosts of The Soul of the Story and Two Moons and a Microphone. What's up, family?
Not much. What's up?
I'm just waiting for the Synergy cable network Friday night general wrestling.
That's right.
I
Taking
love it.
over.
You know what?
Cable
Takeover.
Network, Friday night Jello Wrestling. Yeah.
Derek,
Yeah,
I'm telling you right
takeover,
now.
right?
I'm telling you, that's
Derek,
we got the lineup, right?
your next Star Trek novel has got to have the word synergy in the title. It has to.
It has to,
You
right?
have to do
It
that.
has to. We'll see what we can do about that.
The Synergy Directive.
Oh, that's good.
It is.
Write that
It
down.
is so great to see everybody.
Good to see you
really.
guys, yeah.
It really is a family. Unfortunately, we don't get to see each other in person very much at all. So something like this really means a lot. And I'm really glad that you invited Bill and I on to talk about what's coming up with us and to be able to celebrate your season and all the great things that happened for the year. So thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, you guys. We're so glad to have you guys. And, we love you. Tons and tons and tons. And, we just really wanted to have one moment where all of us got to be together on the screen and could say hi to each other and stuff before, we have to send your old asses off to bed.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I may have nodded off once or twice. I don't remember. I'm sorry if I did.
Tamia, were you just talking?
Just had to see what your yes to us has created. This is what it's done.
This is what it's done.
Yep.
Wow.
You're
I blame
welcome.
Yvette. Yeah. All she had to do was say no.
What else is new?
Well, it might have come down to a choice. Yvette, Trek Geeks.
Yeah.
Trek Geeks.
Ooh.
Wow.
Tough one.
I believe her too.
We love you.
We love you guys too.
Love
And
you.
Yes.
we love everything y'all are doing. And we're so happy to be here and celebrating it all with you. Congrats on a great season.
Thank
And
you.
congrats to both Derek and Tanya for the launch of their shows this year.
Yes.
You guys
Sabrina.
have amazing
Don't forget
content coming
Sabrina.
out. And Sabrina,
Hey,
I'm
Sabrina,
sorry.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm terrible. I suck. Says Dan Davidson. And even bigger and better things next year.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Take care, y'all.
Have a
Good
good
day, everybody.
day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
that was the song for the
Yeah.
sarcastic Vulcan salute.
That's a song now. That's awesome.
It's always a song. There's
Always
always
lose
a
it.
song.
It's always
It's always a song.
That
I
was
don't remember
fun.
the
That was
songs, but
fun.
there always is one. Yeah. they're good. Oh, it's so good to have them
So fun.
on.
Yeah, that was
So good
great.
That was nice.
Yeah, I love having them on. I'm so proud of them because I don't know. I just think that 10 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
Right?
I can't even think about 10
For real.
years
No,
of
for real. That's-
podcasting. But I mean, we're not that far. We're getting ready to get to season 5.
Bye.
Bye.
So, so I get it, but I love that they're willing to just do something totally different, because it's really out of their, I think it was very much out of Dan's comfort zone, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I love the fact that they said, yeah, let's try something new, and I think they're going to be great at it. I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful. So
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I
He ain't
can't
gonna be
wait
acting
to-
like it was his idea in a minute.
I know, right?
It'll be that good.
Yeah, it's good. So I don't know how we want to start this, but
I was about to throw it to Tanya.
oh well, we need to talk about us first.
Okay, you want to do that first? Okay.
Because I don't want to we have a lot of stuff coming up also. I do want to get to the rest of the other shows, but we said the podcast was the flagship, so I always want to talk about that first.
Yeah, sure.
The podcast, the last episode is coming up on Friday for the season. and we're gonna have Orville Cummings on the show.
Yeah.
So, and it was so good. You're gonna love him. So I think, and I just want to mention that, and then what's your name? Tamia. Take it from there. It's been a long season.
And we gotta end the season fast.
Please.
Well, I figure, like we've got our other hosts here. We can talk a little bit about you guys' shows and what's coming up, and then I want to spend some time talking about, like, maybe some of the highlights of the season, and we can all have that sort of discussion together. Highlights of our season, because it's good. It's always good to look back, because you forget the stuff that you've done. Like, you do the thing, and you guys out there in the chat, like, you're with us each week. We do the thing, we go on, we come back next week, it's a different thing. But sometimes it's just nice to look back and be like, damn, we had a lot of good times together this season, all of us combined, So, Tanya, like, let's start with 2 Moons, and, talk to us about what this has been like for you launching 2 Moons, because I think 2 Moons is fantastic. And the fact that we now have this beautiful ElfQuest and Star Trek crossover fandom that's happening is just everything. And that's all thanks to you.
Oh, I think it's thanks to you guys. But yeah, it's been really interesting, this whole, like, coming up with show ideas every week or every other week, and just the, like, rehashing it in my mind after we recorded, doing it live. I mean, that's a lot of stuff that I am not a professional of any of these things.
You are now.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I was just a fan. I was just like, a mom of 4 who would just like to read a certain series of comic books. And so, I mean, it's just been like a great opportunity, and I'm just so grateful to all of you guys for giving me this platform and, like, pumping me up, and just like all the support from all of the people in the chat, and all the other Trekkies. It's been really interesting, especially since there's nothing like new really coming out with ElfQuest. Like, I really just had to, like, scour my brain for, like, different ideas, like, that I thought people might be interested in, or I might not sound completely ill-informed doing. And so it's just been, like, a real challenge to, like, be creative, and it's an outlet that I really appreciate having, because you get stuck in these ruts of middle-aged life or whatever. So yeah, it's been a great year. I've done some episodes that I'm very proud of, and it's been a huge learning curve, and I just want to continue to learn and get better. So
you're awesome at doing it. I mean, like, that show was awesome, right? Right, Sabrina? We know. I
am like ElfQuest convert. I have just bought the books. I'm reading stuff. I'm still trying to find my name. I need a name.
Her ElfQuest name.
My ElfQuest name.
You need Sabrina needs an elf name, y'all. So ElfQuest fan, like Wolfpack out there, like y'all Wolf Riders, y'all come up with
love those names, I tell you. And you are so knowledgeable about it, and the fact that there's nothing, like you say, new is oblivious to, like, a lot of us. I mean, the people you're serving are people like me that never heard of this, never read it. I mean, I came into it because you did the show with us, why Star Trek people should know ElfQuest. And I was convinced once you came on our show and talked about that, I was like, oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Sabrina, read that.
Sabrina, did you read Jamal's thing? The book by Derek and the
That's right.
Right.
What do we need?
Derek is doing the book and the adaptation, the script, the first script. Sabrina's got the script, and then she's going to be directing.
I didn't know a lot about ElfQuest either, and then I started watching, and then I remember I was like, oh, Tanya's doing an ElfQuest show. Because to know a little bit about ElfQuest, Derek, so I started like watching a documentary, and I was like, stuff I had no idea of. ElfQuest is dope.
Yep.
It's dope. It is so dope.
I didn't realize how deep it goes. And
Right?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Pretty
it's crazy
dope.
stuff.
And they're aliens. I didn't know they were aliens.
As soon as all the Trekkies heard that, we were like, "Oh, now elves are dope."
Right.
All the Trekkies like, what?
Right. Exactly.
Draco Don, you're right. So you guys did name Sabrina Flamethrower.
No, that name got nixed, but
that name got nixed.
That might burn down the forest.
Okay, all right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm one of the
could be like flame
elves.
or something thrower, but the two
not flame
together.
thrower.
Two together is too much.
Don't worry, I'm gonna use Chat GPT and I'll figure out a name.
There's a name generator on elfquest.com on the ElfQuest website. There's two, I think. There's like a Wolf Rider name generator, and then there's like a all elf name generator.
Name.
Yeah,
it's fun.
No,
there's also an avatar maker. You can like make yourself like an elf self if you want.
Oh, that's
cool. Put some cool stuff on that website. They put a lot of work into it, so I always refer people to it because there's so much there. So
yeah, that website is dope. Yeah, like Derek, I feel what you were saying about it. It's like a new found respect for
And it's a whole new world, and it's a whole new fandom for me.
Yeah.
And I knew about it but on the peripheral, Right. That's what we all were, right? And I'm like, oh, ElfQuest, this and they're aliens, what? And there's all this going on. I'm like, so what's cool is like when I'm like watching Tanya's show, I kind of like one of the few times I can just turn off my brain and let somebody else teach me and let somebody else talk to me, and I can just enjoy and I have to think about, well, what does this mean, or how do I fit? All that's turned off. I can sit there and enjoy and understand and learn something new about ElfQuest, and it always relates to, like the other day when I was going through the airport, and I was like, oh man, I was going to miss my flight. You guys were talking about ElfQuest and the characters and how they look and stuff that I had not even heard. I was like, what? I was like, oh, I gotta go, guys. People look at me like,
funny too. You were like in the airport, and you were like, "Oh shit, I got."
I was like, "Oh, my flight. This is nuts.
My flight is boarding."
It's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
I loved that show. I love talking to David. David is, he is the ElfQuest fan. Knowledge.
Yeah, and he's
sage.
So it's so funny. Tanya says she's new to this, but I think she was a natural to it.
Definitely.
And everybody we've had on. We had someone from Dark Horse, and then David was on, and they all had these huge compliments for the show. I mean, honest, the Peonies actually, they say this is the show. They retweet it. They tell people, oh, you should watch this show. They've named her the ElfQuest Maven, right?
Isn't that cool?
I still can't get over that. That blows me away.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's also your energy, though. Your energy is like this cool, laid back. Just relax. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. We'll get
right.
Yeah.
No, it's not like it's just relax.
It's not like me or Yvette coming at you.
But then she tells you these wild
stories.
Right, but then you get these wild stories,
crazy.
which are really, exciting stuff. I'm like, what? What? All this stuff I never knew about. Which
They
is so
got
cool.
wolf
It's so
blood.
cool,
What the hell happened there?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm working on my list of ideas for next season.
There you go.
I definitely want to talk to Dr. Muhammad Noor about these hybrid elves and stuff.
Oh
gosh, love that. I love that.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
That'll be a good show. I just got all tingly with that.
It's good stuff.
So it's good stuff. You know what else is good stuff? Is Soul of the Story.
Can we before we go? Tanya, can you tell everybody when you're? I know.
Oh, my bad.
When's your next? You have the last show of the season for
I have
SyFy
the
Sistas Inc.
last show. So next Wednesday, the 27th, right before Thanksgiving.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to have Coach D'Angelo Kennard, who is my trainer. We're going to talk about like what it takes to get a comic book body, if you should even try.
Wow.
And
I love that.
What's a better thing to do? He trains all kinds of people at all different fitness levels and ages. And, I'm always trying to compare myself to something or whatever, at least in my youth. So, we're just going to talk about that. Like you see these images and you're like, oh, you're like always hypercritical. And he's such a great guy. He's just one of my favorite people. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about that.
I love that. That sounds so cool. That's such a good idea.
And then you will be back for your second season on
February?
February 5th.
February 5th, yeah.
Yep, February 5th. So be ready for that. You don't know who your first guest is going to be, do you?
Not as of yet, but I do have some ideas.
Great. Yep.
So.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. Okay, so February 5th. So next Wednesday, Tanya's Two Moons and a Microphone's last show for the season. And then back February 5th.
Yeah, and our last show, period. So that will be the end after Tanya's show.
For the season.
For the season, yes.
For the season.
Yes,
season 1.
She's like, she's going to slap me. She's going to come through the screen and slap me.
I am.
And we should also note that Tanya went over her 10 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be 12. So that's not bad.
That's nothing to that's a big deal. That's a big effing deal, as Biden was saying, right? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah.
It is a big deal. Well, so Derek, let's talk Soul of the Story and how it's been for you to do this show.
It's been a lot of fun. I should say, first of all, thank you, ladies, for having me on the show, for creating and for just listening to me and being patient with me. I know sometimes I'm not the most, I know I get on some people's nerves sometimes. I know.
Not me, Derek.
No, not. Little bit. I get that, but
not me either.
I'm doing my best. But seriously, thank you. All
of us are like,
right? You see,
Who could it be?
But just listening to me and the ideas I had for the show, and just being patient enough to wait until I came up with a name I liked, which was Yvette was telling me like,
because that's true.
That is the truth.
So true. Very true.
I mean,
they also have the schedule,
we
but
have notes, but we're not
check
paying
Slack
attention to
find it.
Yes. I will do much better next season. Even.
I got you. You're good.
All this silence, it's me, guys. It's me. Okay, it's me. Okay. I'll do better next season.
It's me. Hi.
I'll just admit it. It's like, what are they talking about? Who's the bad one? No, it's me.
You're fine.
I know. Just playing. But it's been a lot of fun, and I just couldn't have imagined that it would happen. The things that I want. I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I was like, it had to be the right time, in the right way, and I guess my patience to do it paid off. I couldn't imagine doing it other than with you guys. The love, the energy, everything has just been ridiculously more than I could ever have expected or hoped for or wished for. And it's really been for me a calming thing. Just to know that you're with people same vision. Everybody has each other's back. Everybody's encouraging everybody else, you know. And we go and we do our things, but then we come back and do our, and then, you know, we're here and then we go and do our things. And we come back, and that sense of unity and family is just amazing. So, thank you. You know, and then the show's been great. So I've had 4 guests.
Great guests.
4 great guests. Well, 3 great guests. My 4th coming up is Nana Visitor, which is tomorrow.
Yes.
Which is crazy, right? Which is crazy.
Yo.
And I'm also ending my seasons. And my seasons are going to be books. So book 1 is ending with Nana Visitor.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I love that your seasons are books. You know, I was like, oh, that is so perfect and so clever. And man, like Jamal said it, like you came out swinging and doesn't feel like it just feels like it's going to get better and better. You haven't let up, you know.
Thank you guys.
I mean, because I think it's a really special art. Like I think for both of you, like people don't necessarily realize how hard it is to keep a conversation going, you know, and to conduct a conversation. And you guys both do an amazing job at that. And it's all about like the questions that you ask. And like on your show in particular, you can get into some real nitty gritty a lot, which, you know, which I really love. Like it's a really meaty conversation.
It is, yeah. But I have to say, everyone up here asked so many great conversations. I'm like, oh wow. What did Tamia say that day? What did Sabrina say that day? What did Yvette? And then Yvette would tell me stuff. Yvette would be like, no, you just need to do it this way. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. You know, and so I love that because all of that input and just watching you guys has helped me to learn and grow and be better, you know, in that time that I need to be better when I'm having conversations with people. So I'm learning. I feel like I'm learning from the best, in all honesty.
Oh.
Love
That's
you.
nice.
Love you. But I just want to put my little 2 cents in here about Derek. I mean, this was a long planning. We planned it. It was a lot. It was long. But I think Derek was like, I need to get this out. I was like, no. It's gonna work. It's gonna work out. We just gotta take our time because we wanted it to be right. And I think it's exactly you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so you. And I'm so proud of you because this is something that you've always wanted to do, and I know you didn't want to wait. No, your patience was not there. And I am not the most patient person, but I knew that I had to be kind of patient, and so you could figure it out on your own. And I think it just shows up every episode. That it's just all about you. This is who you are. It's great. It's a great show, Derek. And I think you're doing a wonderful job. I'm so sorry you only got 4 shows this season, but they were 4 absolutely phenomenal shows.
No, the 4th one is happening tomorrow. Let's not. It hasn't happened yet.
No, it'll be fine.
It's going to be great.
It'll be fine. Yeah. It'll be fine. Yeah, we don't talk like that. We it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great.
What I like about the shows is that I don't rewatch them a lot. I rewatch them like once. And I'll take notes, but I see more of the other person than I see me. I'm trying to make myself like recede into the background.
Yes.
You know, do that more. So yeah, and I think that's happening a little bit more. So I like that because it's not about me. It's about you know.
Yeah, but your energy is there.
Yeah,
and that's gonna come.
Yeah,
you know, you've only done 3 shows, so it's gonna get next season's gonna be like a totally different show.
And a conversation is a conversation, and I think you've got that naturally. Like it's always a great balance of listening to the person who's there and providing that conversational feedback. You know, like don't even sweat it, man. You're knocking it out the park.
Sure. Okay.
Thank
We were blown away the first show, and it was just like, oh, he's gonna be so great. It was like,
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh man, I remember that when I first met you, I'm like, did you ever think that in
the halls of shore leave,
the halls of shore leave, and I was like, Fran and I were there, and I was like, Fran, hey, the guy who wrote that story said he's gonna go get us a book and he's gonna sign it. Remember that? We were like,
Yeah,
oh my
I
God,
went
it was so
to
nice.
to
He's
my
gonna go up to his
I had
room and get
extra
us a book.
copies.
He's gonna get us a book.
Yeah, and I went to my room and got you guys a copy, put it back down. I was like, what? Are you kidding? It's like, and you guys waited till like after the panel. It was like, oh, can we talk to you from? I'm like, yeah, sure. It's like, oh yeah, we've read the story. I was like, what?
We were like,
let me get you one. Sure.
Oh my goodness. We were so
Aw.
I love that.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love
That was
that.
nice. Yeah.
So I just want to let everyone know that Soul of the Story is coming back next season for their book 2, and it will be February 12th, Wednesday, of course. February 12th.
February 12th.
February 12th. Put it in the calendar.
I don't know who I'm having yet, though.
That's fine.
I've got a
We
few
don't
names.
care. Like we're just gonna be there.
As
We'll
long as
find
you're
out.
there.
Like,
Long as
yeah,
you're there, it works
like,
out.
Nobody really cares. Like we're like, is Derek gonna be there? Yeah, he's
Derek
gonna have a
gonna
good
be there.
guess. It's gonna be
Thank
fine.
That great T-shirt. I love
I'm
your
good. Thank
logo,
you.
man.
Like that T-shirt? That T-shirt's fun.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
That is
right?
a great
Two
logo.
moons, two
That's a great
moons, yeah.
logo.
That's a great logo.
That's a great logo, Yvette.
It's a damn good logo.
Damn good logo.
It is.
How
I went
about
into
that
that.
logo?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, we love the show. We're glad, you like it's a natural progression, and especially like in the relationship, because like ever since we first met you, we felt like we needed to be working together on stuff. Like,
Yeah.
whatever that
on
might be.
something. Yeah,
Whatever
on
it
something.
might
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
So I just see it growing and blossoming from here. I
True.
still have my dream of the SyFy Sistas bookstore, so we're gonna
That's
have
a
it
good one.
stocked with Derek Tyler Attico titles.
I wouldn't say no to that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say no to that.
Not
That's
at
what I'm
all.
talking about.
And we all had a good time at the conventions at Star Trek Long Island, Star Trek
Ooh,
Las Vegas.
was
Everything just really
That's
fit
one of
well
my-
and worked well. So,
That's one of my favorite moments of last year. I was gonna wait to bring that.
Yeah.
Us at
I-
the convention.
definitely.
Before we go, I just want to answer Jamal. All the shows have their own merch. If you go in everybody's description for every show, there should be a link to their merch. Also, we have holiday gear. I don't know if you can see that. Black Santa. Black Santa. Well,
I love a black Santa.
Hey, wishes you peace, love, and hair grease. So if you look in our description of this show, it'll be the link for our Christmas gear. But everybody here has their own gear, and if you look in the description of each of their shows, you will find the link to Two Moons, CinnCine, and Solo Story.
And if they go, if they go on the website, like say they go to follow the pop-up to our merch, will they be able to see it listed there that way too? For the CinnCine and Two Moons and Soul of the Story?
Our website?
Like there's
the story on the website I don't think has the merch.
It doesn't have it?
No.
Where is it that pop? Oh, where is it that pops up and it's like, oh, shop our merch right here?
I don't know.
Yeah, but I thought that was on the website or the
Teespring merch.
Right.
You have to,
I'm saying,
follow the links that are in the description.
Follow the individual links. Okay.
Yeah,
So they can't just follow the regular old SyFy Sistas Teespring link. Follow the individual links. Got it.
You can, but it's easy. If you want to get certain merch, you can go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, there's no pop-up on the website. The website pop-up is for sponsors.
Yvette and Tamia, our Bill and Dan. Did y'all hear that? Yvette and Tamia, our Bill and Dan.
Our Bill and Dan.
I try not to. I'm trying not to be Bill. I'm really trying not to be Bill.
You are Bill, so shut up.
See?
Yeah, I have a dirty mouth, so I am definitely not going to be Bill.
You have a dirty mouth. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to watch myself. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Moving right along, let's talk about our other favorite show, CinnCine Goes Sci-Fi. Sister Sabrina in the house.
Yeah. This has been a rocking and rolling year. I mean, it's just been really fun. I mean, I've always wanted to do something like this, where I just talked about movies and with someone that knows movies, and that's what's been really fun. I mean, in fact, sometimes I talk a little too much with people about these movies, but everyone has been so gracious to say yes to be a guest, and I love that they actually are really prepared. I mean, they have a lot of stuff to say about these movies because we've gone deep sometimes. So,
Brandon
is one of my favorites. We could have just turned off the cameras and kept on going. It was ridiculous, but he's definitely got to come back and do District 9 with us because that was his other favorite movie. He was torn between which movie he wanted to do, and it's so funny. You talked about the convention, and it was we saw David Livingston at the convention, and he just said, he said, "Well, if there's anything I could ever do for you," and I was like, "Well." Now that you mention that, David,
right?
Since you brought that up,
out your mouth.
That was such a great show too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He was having a good time.
It was such a great movie that he chose. I mean, Blade Runner is like one of my all-time favorite movies, and to get the chance to talk about it with David Livingston, I know you were just all like, "Squee."
Oh, I was stupid. I was like, and I was stupid after the show too because we talked for like after the show ended.
I think we talked longer after the show than we did during the show.
He was.
I was like,
stories.
how do I tell David Livingston that I need to go to bed?
We finally had to say that we got to go to sleep. We got to go.
You're right, Marge. Like his praises that he sang about Sabrina were absolutely true, right? Had your heart melting, right?
Actor said he was impressed. Think it out loud.
But he says it all the time. Every time he sees Sabrina,
I know, but he said it on the show. He did. You know this. You did your homework, and
Yep.
You're not gonna. We have been going back and forth since that show with emails about movies to see. So we are still in communication. And the ones that he wrote down during the show, he saw them the next day and emailed me.
Wow.
These were great. I was like, oh my god, I gotta come up with some more for him.
Wow,
that's so cool. Sabrina,
you should share that with everybody, like your just list of movies. Everyone should watch.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. But,
Sabrina, can you show everybody your shirt that you're wearing, please?
Oh, yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Isn't that dope?
So dope.
I love that. Yeah.
Now that's a great logo.
Now that's the logo.
We do. We have a great logo. I went out and made those cards and everything, man. I was like, I was totally excited.
Yeah, I didn't get any cards.
No, I made those.
She did that on her own.
You made them yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I hope that likes these.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, really, rogue merch. Ooh.
It's like Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, where you had like your cards. That one episode, you're like,
I remember that. Yes.
I was like,
oh my god, the 6 degrees is like
very nice, very nice.
Right?
That's a stressor.
I love the show, but that is my favorite part. Right? I'm like, let's see.
I look forward to the 6 degrees to Star Trek like every show now.
I love going, hitting the button and going, do. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Let me see how it goes. Are we doing 4? Are we doing 6?
Oh my god.
There?
The first one I did with Sam Leggett, who came on and did Akira with me, and the look on his face when I said I was going to do 6 degrees, my brother just went, okay.
You should have said, so. Wow. He's very impressed.
Yeah, I gotta watch that now. From Akira to Star Trek, I didn't watch that one. I missed that one, and I gotta go back.
That was
I gotta go back for that one. That was so really good.
I was actually proud of that one because I went into the Star Trek encyclopedia to get to that. It was definitely like, why did I come up with this idea? There's no way I could do this.
Oh no, that's dope,
like,
that's dope.
What am I talking about?
It's so good, so good though.
That's good.
So
But I like playing the game with David. And my other favorite one was David Benjamin Tomlinson, who was a sweetheart. And unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties, but man, he loves some aliens.
It's so funny. We had so many technical difficulties with that show. It is her highest ranking show.
Right?
People did not care. They just wanted to talk about aliens.
Because you still, in between the drops, you still were dropping all the facts.
Oh, great stuff. I remember I was like, what?
And then aliens, everyone loves aliens. So, but I actually look at it because I couldn't look at it after that. Then I looked at it. I was like, this is so good. So glad we did this. So.
Yeah. And the other one was with Anne Marie and talking about Fantastic Voyage with the Doctor, because Anne Marie is my party running buddy, right? And she's my wingman.
Yep.
And I don't see her as a medical doctor, but we were getting ready for the show, and I had to get her bio, and she just gives me her bio, and I was like, damn, girl,
for real.
Right.
Me too. I was like, what? All that?
Oh my God. So, and then Leah came in there with, total Godzilla ready.
That was so cool. I loved that because you guys gave me a new appreciation for monsters.
Yes.
Godzilla in particular.
Right.
And especially a whole new, because I never gave Godzilla a chance. I was just oh, this stupid fucking lizard, here we go again. Smashing Tokyo. I'm so bored.
That was his favorite Godzilla. That was his favorite monster.
I love Godzilla.
I learned so much from that one.
Fire breathing Godzilla, and then Godzilla. I thought Godzilla was male, and Godzilla had a baby, didn't he? Didn't he give birth to an egg? Wait a minute! I thought Godzilla was a guy. All of a sudden, Godzilla laying eggs.
That's news to me. Okay,
I missed that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got to watch that one. It was such a good episode. And like I said, I came away with this newfound appreciation for the original.
The original.
The original Godzilla.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm still I'm not going to spend much time watching it. I'm not going to say that, but I don't think about it in negative terms anymore. Y'all, you put it into a context that makes sense, and talking about Japan during World War II, and how this monster could, and how it was reacting, talking about people's fears with atomic energy, with the atomic bomb and everything. It was a whole new perspective. It was great. It was so good.
Yeah. And the movie making of that first really one, but they did without CGI.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely got a new respect for that first version. I thought it was really good. What I loved about that episode, it was two women talking about Godzilla. Two women talking about a monster movie. Two women who knew exactly what the hell they were talking about.
Yes.
So we recorded that one, and I was watching Godzilla as they were recording it because I was like, wait, I need to find this, because they were saying things. I was like, I've seen this movie and I don't remember all of this. And I'm watching, I found the black and white and I'm watching it as they're talking about it. And I love that part. They were so into it, and there's a whole bunch of us out there who love monster movies and never get the respect. I don't even want to talk about this, but I just love the fact that it was two women talking knowledgeable about a monster movie, and a classic monster movie at that. So
Kalia just is my girl. We discovered that we both loved Godzilla earlier that year. Didn't even know. Something came out and we both were like, did you see this Godzilla thing? You're going crazy. Because they're right, Yvette. I mean, I rarely meet other women that love Godzilla until I did the show. And then all the people in the chat were like, yeah, Godzilla's this. I was like, wow, I found my people, all right.
Right.
Yeah, because when you make that comment that you like a monster movie or something, there's always some guy who wants to say something. So most of the time, you just don't bother. And I love that our shows are letting people come out and say, "Oh, I love this," and there's a safe space for them to actually love this, because it's out there. You say you like something, and someone's always challenging the fact that this is your fandom also. So you know, that's why I loved it so much. You know, because I love monster movies. That's all I did as a kid. You know, I was with the guys, but still, you know, every Sunday I was at the Melba. Derek, you know the Melba?
Creature Feature,
I do.
Those old days,
all day, karate movies and monster
the karate movies now.
Channel 20. That's right.
We went to the movies on Sunday.
Kung Fu Theater.
The Kent Theater.
Yep.
I was going to the Kent Theater.
Tanya and I were raised here in the DMV, and it was Channel 20, Kung Fu Theater.
Every Saturday.
Saturday. Like, and that was it. Like the boys and the girls were watching that. Like everybody was watching it.
Everybody had nunchucks, all the kids.
Or making some up, taking belts and trying to
whatever.
I just have a knot right here from the nunchucks that my brother had. And I was like, then I got a rubber pair.
Oh God!
Everybody was trying to jump around and do wire fu because we didn't understand the concept of the wires. Like, no, you're not going to float 6 feet, shorty. You just
like jumping off a hill,
right? Just jumping off the shit, falling down.
Doesn't work like that. Right?
Drive-in movie. I saw him at the drive-in movie.
Oh wow!
We still had, it was drive-in movie, and I finally gave him up when this woman. But I like the women in them too. I really loved that the women. But one woman was fighting this other woman, y'all. I'm telling you, this happened in the movie, and she threw her. She, you know, there was fighting, and she threw her, and she ran and caught her. And I said, okay. I said, I'm done. I can't do it. I'm done. I was at a drive. I said, I'm not looking at these anymore.
What you do? You can't drive away. What you do?
Caught her and continued whipping her ass. You know, so I'm like, oh my God, I'm done. I'm done.
Iodine, Draco Don.
That's funny. The iodine. Remember the iodine?
Stings.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of injuries over here.
So, come on now.
Where's Sabrina's Sabrina? When is Sabrina's last show? Do we have it already?
My last show was the David Livingston. That was the finale.
That was your last show, right?
Okay. My next show is going to be January 29th. And I am planning a premiere that I hope is going to be like my dream premiere. If I can get this, man.
Nice tease. Okay.
Love it.
I love a good tease.
Y'all look crazy if I can do this. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
We are. So, like, really quickly before we go, you know, Yvette and Fran, what are some of your favorite moments that we've had over this past year season on the live show or on the podcast?
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you mine. When we were at Trek Long Island and all 4 of us got together in that hotel room at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever. That was amazing to me. That was funny. All 4 of us. It was like, oh shit! It was like 2 o'clock. I loved it. I love
the Discovery
that.
Finale recap show.
Yes, we did that, and that was one of my favorite.
It's my favorite now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're so damn silly.
We were trying to get in the screen, all of us in the screen. We held our shirts, so we were so tired. We couldn't get the machines to work. We were like trying to get the sound. We were like, what are we doing?
We're squeezing onto this damn chair so we can all be in the camera. It's like
all 4 of us.
Numb butt cheeks.
We were holding on to them and not fall over. I mean, oh my God, that show I did that. I forgot about that, friend. Thank you. That was one of my favorite moments.
Gosh. And my other ones was Derek at the convention at STLB and at Long Island. And he, you know, he's such a wonderful guy. He's sitting there and he sells all his books like on the first day.
Me? Oh. Oh, yeah.
They were
Yeah,
gone.
you, Derek. No, the other Derek.
Yeah.
And he
I know.
sells-
I didn't know. I didn't know. Yeah.
he's sitting at the table with us, because he's such a, gentleman and all that. And he sells out his books. I said, Derek, you have any more books? He said, no.
It's like Thursday, and he's got to go to the weekend.
No, I think he sold out Friday.
Friday.
Or Saturday morning.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Sold out real fast.
Lily goes. He tells Lily, "Oh, I can't believe this is. I'm not selling like I used to." She looked at him and goes, "Man, you selling a book like every hour." She just looked at him like,
"Are you nuts?" I was like, "Oh, is that good?" She's like, "Yeah, that's good."
"Pace yourself, bro. Pace yourself."
Lily saved the day with the pre-order sheet.
Oh yeah.
Really?
No.
For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
She did a little bit of everything that convention. That was
Yay, Lily.
Yeah.
for
So-
real.
That was probably my favorite part of the season. There was a lot. There's a lot. We did a lot, but having my youngest child say, "I want to help you guys out," and then to come and say, and then come and do it. And she had a really good time too.
She worked her butt off too.
She really did. I mean, she had been away for 4 years. At school, and then she spent her summer with us, which was, anytime I could spend these times with my kids, because when they're grown-ups, they don't want to hang out with you, but she really had a good time. We had so much fun. So I think that was probably the highlight for me. There were many, believe me, there were so many, but that right there personally was, I'll never forget that. And then, my oldest child and my new son-in-law were there also. So that was great too. It was nice. It was really nice to share that success, because it was a big success, STOV, and it was nice to share that with them. It really was.
Table
really
47, man. We had the spot.
Yeah,
Sure did.
Mark, right? Lily was MVP. Like Lily.
Oh,
was
for real.
the
For real.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
She was
the best.
amazing. She was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here trying to think of like what one of my favorite parts of this season was, and I'm having such a hard time narrowing it down. Like I have had so much fun this season and have gotten to do an interview, talk to so many cool people. We've had like phenomenal conversations, like all the way around. And Samora Smallwood was one of my favorite conversations that we had this season. Like, yeah, she was amazing and just so inspirational, and being part of the Women of Trek for Kamala, like so proud to have been a part of that. And that was talk about a moment geeking out. We're sitting in the backstage, the backstage part, like with all these great, phenomenal women
that was crazy.
of Star Trek, and just watching them.
That was crazy.
Like themselves,
right?
Yeah. Back there and seeing and them seeing people that they haven't seen before, and just witnessing, just being there to witness. And like, I'm here at this table. Stacey Abrams is here at the same table with me. I'm here at the same table with Stacey Abrams. Just
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker comes in and we go like this.
Guy.
You can see everybody go,
what?
Because he popped on the stage. We were like,
looking all relaxed.
And,
everybody breathed when he went on stage.
That's dope. That's
so
dope.
that was really
you
cool.
can exhale now.
Right. That's exactly what happened.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say one of my real favorites was Trek Long Island again. And I met so many people. David Gerald, of course, is when he had a really nice long conversation with me there, and we've gone on. I'm in his writing class right now, and he came on the show to do them with me. But my favorite was when who was the guy? They kept bringing people over to our table because we were at the vendors table. Conrad Coates came over.
That was hilarious.
We all just lost our
just,
minds.
grabbed him and gave him the biggest hug.
Ursula Bryant came over.
That was Scott.
Watching Derek go off.
Yeah, I went nuts. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
Look here, it's like
we were all just like having. I mean, it was just like it just kept happening. I was like, oh my god, what is gonna happen next? I don't know what's going on anymore. But that was just such a good time. I mean, I really, to me, it goes to me when I first met David Jones. She goes, "Who was that guy you were talking to over there?" I was like, "That was David Jones, like the triple David."
And I was like,
I've done a lot of conventions since 2005 when I started professionally. These are the first 2 conventions I've ever done with anyone else, and thank
not the
God
last.
You guys. Thank God it was you guys because it was great.
Yeah,
I just like slid right in, and it was like I was welcome. It was great, and the emotion, and oh my God, thank God I waited however long, and thank you guys. It was a lot of fun. That was my 2 best conventions of the year. Was just
oh my God, when you finished your
guys.
panel. And I was just sitting in the audience waiting for the next panel.
Right at Shore Leave. That was so dope.
You got swamped.
Yeah.
People came up with this book.
Yeah.
And
that was surprising. That was surprising.
I just like I go running over.
I was like,
I'm like taking credit cards. I'm
yes.
yep, here you go. He's right here. I'm taking pictures. I'm running around. And everything's like, thank you.
really quick. Like that was a short leave, and I was there like by myself that time. And Sabrina was there. We were talking back and forth, and I saw Sabrina in the audience. And when people started that line, I was like, "Oh man, I gotta get with this." And Sabrina just slid right in, and just was like, and I was like, "Oh my God, thank God, Sabrina."
I was like, "You are the talent, baby. You're the talent." I'm back here taking cards and taking pictures.
I just need to be able to do that for one of you guys at a convention. What she did for me, I need to pay that forward. Let me tell you.
Oh, that was amazing. But the line was going down the.
Yeah, it was nuts. I was surprised. I was surprised.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
great.
Is that when he gave us the book?
Go ahead, Fran.
Go ahead.
Is that when he gave us the book, Sabrina?
No, this was this summer.
It was this summer, yeah.
Oh,
for the Cisco book. People
the
were
Cisco
like,
book.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a mad dash to it.
So, like, I think I keep trying to think about one of my highlights, one of my favorite things from the live show, and they've just all been too much fun. I've just had a damn blast on this. Like, I love doing this show. I love the live show. I love the chat with you guys. But honestly, I got to say that one of my favorite things from this past year was being able to interview Sonequa and David Ajala, Sonequa Martin Green at Star Trek Las Vegas.
That was dope.
On that stage. That's like, I mean,
that was great.
It was great.
Great questions.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was so awesome.
Screaming our heads off.
And me running.
Right?
You want to get up stupidity back? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like that was just like, I mean, that's a highlight for my.
Yeah.
And then I found out, like, after the fact that we were also there's this poster that they have in the back, and everybody who goes on stage signs it, and nobody told me that I was supposed to sign it too. And like that, I didn't know anything about it, and I was like, "Man, are you kidding me?" But that's okay because
you'll know next year.
You'll be back.
I know next year.
Back. That's right.
I'll claim it, but but like just having that moment with them was just beautiful. That's a highlight for me for sure. That's I'm taking that to the bank. I'm just always gonna hold that and cherish it because they were so encouraging, the two of them. To me, they said some really beautiful things to me backstage, and like they were like genuinely happy. They didn't know who was going to be doing their interview, and when they came around the corner and saw me, and Sonequa was like, "Oh my God!" and David was like, "Oh my God!" and they both gave me these huge hug and back me up. Like, oh man, they're like, "We didn't know it was going to be you. This is going to be so good. I'm like,
Oh,
awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. So that, I think I remember that when on days when I'm feeling less secure, in myself. That, like, you remember these moments and be like, you know what? I know what my true destiny is and my true plan, and this ain't it. So I'm good.
Didn't you get David to play the drums?
I mean, I just asked the boy about the bet.
I could have done that.
A bet. We had a bet with him.
I mean, not the bet, like the pinky swear. We made a pinky swear. Me and him and Sabrina made a pact that we would do these things, like these creative endeavors. And he was like, and that was all him to get up. And he was like, again, I'm like listening. I'm like, he's like, and I'm like waiting for the rest of the words to come up. And he gets up and walks to the drum set, to the drummer's drum set behind, and starts playing. I mean, like, oh my God, that was gold.
Yep,
that was great.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys have a favorite moment in the chat, you can put it out there for us. Let us know. Jamal said it's acting like teenagers when Terry Farrell came on. Yeah. You see, I'm still kind of.
That was good too. I love talking
good.
to her. Oh my God.
Yeah. And I actually was good when Gates came on. So I even asked to see it after. I was like, okay.
I'm so proud. Y'all have to be so proud of Yvette when Gates came on, because y'all know that Gates is Yvette's girl crush. And like, I mean, she's been, and I just thought Yvette was like going to pee on herself. And she did so good. I'm so proud of you. Like she's seen her in other places and not been able to talk to her.
Walk away.
And like, she's like, it's
the woman was behind me, and I refused to turn around. I have friends that said they were so disappointed in me because I went like, really? You just turn around and say hello.
No, I can understand that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we all have those moments. So yeah, if you have a favorite moment, that drop it in the chat, please, like Yvette said.
How about with Answer Mouth? Not gonna tell the story over again. And I told that woman, I told you we knew him.
I was a witness.
No, you didn't.
I was a witness. It was perfect because she was.
I wish I was there for that one.
She was giving us some attitude. She really was.
She was like we were lying or making up stuff. And when he stopped and came over to us and everything, I'm like, bitch.
Answer saw Fred and stopped the autograph line and came over. The woman was like, abada.
Sniper, you might not actually know the story.
Yeah, I guess you don't know the story.
Yeah, David. Yeah. But I love it. Is it true that David Ajala is still looking for his name?
And the proof is sitting behind her.
We see it.
I wish you could see I wish you could actually see the autograph on that, though. It's like you can't see it from so far away.
Funny.
But yes, he did give us that at Mission Chicago.
Yeah.
He came and he presented it to us, and like there was this big production, and like had it down on the floor, had his boys take it down off the wall, and then was down on the floor signing it, and came over and presented it to me like this, and then bowed, and oh my God, and Jamal has the whole thing on video.
He sure does. And I love when Gates came on, the first thing she said was, "Where'd you get that banner from?"
Yeah, she said, no, this is what she said. She said, I mean, we all love David Ajala, but why do you have a banner?
I love that.
Oh wait, I got another one, Tamia. When we went to the Motion Picture Association to see Sonequa.
Oh my God!
Down here in DC, right? So we go in, and it's nice.
They did a small screening of Discovery season 5's episode 1 and 2.
And so we go down there, and Sonequa was there, and she gave us a nice hug and everything when she saw us out and with the drink area. But then she's having the conversation with the woman from the State Department. I believe, and they're talking.
The woman who was the head of diversity, the DEI, like diversity, equity, and inclusion at the State Department, who was a sister, who was deep as hell. And I was like, oh my God, now I have a new role model. I love this woman.
Oh, she was,
and it was this really intimate theater. Like it was like, wait, 100 seats?
You told me it was more than that, but
I don't know.
But we were sitting up. We were sitting kind of up away from the stage, and what did Tanika say? She said something. Oh, she said, the woman asked her a question, and Tanika said, she said, oh, don't make me cry. I'm about to cry. And then she looked up and she goes, you know how I am, my SyFy sisters, right? You know how I am.
Right? She was like, my SyFy, yep. She said, my SyFy sisters are here with me, and they know we go way back, and they know how I am because they get me crying all the time. And the whole
lost
turns around and is like, it was like DC politicos.
Then it was like this. They were all like,
that was the funniest thing. They were all in their phone, like, who are the SyFy sisters?
Who are
the... they spelled it wrong.
That's SyFy.
I mean, we could not believe she did that.
That's good. And no, there was not a coin toss, Jamal. Like the banner, it was a. Well, she didn't want it, but it was a friendly discussion.
Clip show.
So before we go, I would love to talk about the live show.
That's what I was going to ask you to do.
Yes.
I love it when she tries to do my job for me.
because
she always says, I'm a producer and I don't like to talk. And then she gets up here and she talks.
Because we need to go. That's why.
Because I was about to say it too.
Okay. So the live show, this is the last episode for this season, of course. And we will come back. We think we're coming back January 28th. We think. That's the hope. Because if we're coming back on the 28th, that means we have a great guest. So just like Sabrina, we're really hoping for this guest to fall through. We're going to kick off season 5 of the podcast.
Season 5 is always the best season.
It's
when the shit starts to
I'd be listening. I'd be listening.
That's why you're my favorite. So the podcast will come back January 24th. That will be the first episode of the 5th season. And that's it for us. I mean, as season, oh boy, it's really time to go to bed. Season 5 will kick off January 24th. Just so you know, we are going on break. But you know what that means. That means there just won't be any shows. But of course, we're hoping in mid-December to have a Lower Deck special. So look out for that. I can't tell you the date yet. It might be the last episode of Lower Decks, but look out for that. That's coming up. And of course, Trek Talks is coming up in January. It will be January 18th, I think. Let me make sure I'm looking. January 11th, Trek Talks. We will all be there. The SyFy Sisters will all be there. Please check out Trek Talks has social media all over every platform. Please share it, like it, whatever else you need to do with it. Also, check out Trektivism podcast. One of my other loves out there. It's really good. They have their own social media now too. Please check that out. Follow all of that. We are all on Blue Sky. Please go ahead and check us out. Every single show is on Blue Sky now. We're going to get Sabrina on. Sabrina, are you on Blue Sky yet? CinnCine. Okay, we're going to get CinnCine on there too. So we can put a little starter pack together so we can keep everybody together. And
this guy is going crazy. Have you guys?
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's going nuts.
I got 39 people following me in just a matter of hours today for doing nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, those starter packs they're the real deal.
They're the real deal. Yeah.
what is happening to my
I
phone?
know.
My phone
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
like,
So like,
Seriously.
and I mean, like, you just won't find our name will be on X, but we're not going to be posting on X anymore.
Right.
I just want everybody to know that. So Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook,
Threads.
these are the Threads.
Threads. Mhm.
These are the places to find us now.
YouTube and YouTube.
And
YouTube.
YouTube. But I mean,
YouTube.
like, as a social media, like, I mean,
Well,
YouTube
it's
is
kinda-
YouTube.
Yeah.
But, like,
Please don't forget YouTube.
no.
Yes, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I know a lot of people are here and we see them all the time. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. And because we're going off, please go back and watch the shows you haven't watched. Every time you watch one of our shows, it gives us more views and just helps us with our YouTube account, our YouTube channel. We're trying to we're monitorizing, and we're trying to make sure that we don't put a burden on our Patreons as much, and we would like to generate some more funds for the shows to keep them up, to keep them going. It's very expensive to do this, so thank you to all our sponsors that we had this year. I mean, you guys came out. It was great. I mean, people. I mean, I've been on those. I want to say I've been on the phones. I've not been on the phones. I've been in the text messages. I've been in your text messages, your emails, and I appreciate all of you for saying yes.
For real.
And it's been great.
Thank you so
it's
much.
been absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
And also, for our patrons, we love you guys, and thank you so much. We can't do all of this. You guys make all of this possible. For every amount. So so we love you guys, and it's gonna be good to have a little break, but not so we won't be so far separate. We're gonna miss you for sure, and we'll come back rejuvenated and rested, and who knows, we might have some other cool stuff coming down for you next season too, which I'm really looking forward to. Other things are in the works, so we love you guys, and I think that's
Have
it.
a nice
I think
holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Peace, love, and
Don't
happiness.
forget, you can get
From
great
Santa.
SyFy Sistas gifts in the store, merch. They make great gifts, and
I want a 2 moons and a soul.
I want a couple of things of everything.
Me too.
Oh,
Me
hey,
too.
David.
And I want that hoodie.
Oh. Well, okay, we love you guys. It's time to go. Everybody go to bed. As Tracy Ullman used to say, go home. Go home.
Go home.
Peace,
Bye,
love, and hair
guys.
grease, my friends.
Good-